So if we look here, okay, between the atria. So during development, right? So when you're a fetus, you are not using your lungs, obviously, because you're not breathing, right? So in a fetus, there is no real reason to send all that much blood off to the lungs, right? Because the main reason we send blood to the lungs is to pick up oxygen and drop off CO2. But they're doing that through the placenta, right? So in a fetus, they have what we call the pulmonary bypass. So that means that they're bypassing the pulmonary circulation. And they do that in two ways. So the first one is called the foramen ovale. You know, foramen ovale, you're like, wait a minute, that's something in the skull. Yeah, it's in the heart too, because it's an oval hole through something, okay? So here, if we look inside of this right atria, there's a circle. They're numbered 54 and 55. Okay. In a fetus, this was a hole that went straight through to the left atria, okay, and that hole was called foramen ovale. Okay. Once you are born and you take your first breath, this hole closes, and we just get like a little dip where it used to be, and that dip is called the fossa ovalis. Okay. So in a fetus, this is foramen ovale, but once you're born, it's fossa ovalis. And this is pulmonary bypass, right? Because blood that's over here on the right side is all deoxygenated. It's all going off to the lungs, right? So they're not sending it to the lungs. Instead, they just send it right over to the left side so they can enter regular circulation. Okay. And then the other one, so not all of the blood here ends up in foramen ovale. Some of it makes it through and ends up inside of the pulmonary trunk. And so there's a little guy here. It doesn't have a number on it because it's been rubbed off by all of us doing this repeatedly. In a fetus, this is called ductus arteriosum. Ductus arteriosum. So duct, like duct tape, but US at the end. D-U-C-T-U-S.
Would you mind, can you show the other two that you just showed?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah. That one is the...
That's, in a fetus, it's foramen ovale. Okay. And in you, it's fossa ovalis. This one is ductus arteriosum in a fetus. And then in you, it becomes ligamentum arteriosum. Ligamentum, it's like L-I-G-A. Ligamentum. M-E-N-T-U-M? L-I-G-A-M-E-N-T. I don't know. That's a word I can't see in my head at the moment. I see in words, which is why I can like spell things really easily usually. Like if you ask me to